Welcome to part 2 of the Basic Training Booster Pass Edition. Today we're going to cover everything you need to know to play Toad Circuit on 150cc. This is probably going to be the shortest video in the series because if you spent more than like 5 hours playing the game, you can pretty much figure this one out entirely on your own. Use a high-speed combo like Wario, Splat Buggy, Slims, and Gold Glider, and if you're on one of the two long straightaways, you're driving straight. Otherwise, just drift and build up the highest level of mini turbo you can. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, just so I can say that I put some effort into this video, one thing we can go over is the coin lines, because there is actually something fairly interesting happening there. The strategy I use is to grab 10 coins on lap 1. The first 5 come from the first turn, the next 3 come from the turn right after the tunnel, and the final 2 come from the last left turn. You might have noticed that when we grab those 2 coins, there's a gigantic mushroom shortcut off to our left, and we have to forego doing this on lap 1 to get those coins. And so because of that, on lap 2 we're going to use 2 mushrooms to take the shortcut, starting at the border between the track barrier and the grass. This leaves us with only 1 mushroom left to use on lap 3, so we're going to wait until the border between the grass and the sand to use our last mushroom. Now, why is that interesting? Well, because the world record does something pretty different. First of all, they use one of the post-Wave 4 meta builds of Luigi, Teddy Buggy, Rollers, and Paper Glider for the increased mini turbo stat. On lap 1 they grab the first 8 coins from our run and then do our lap 3 mushroom strategy of hitting the grass-sand barrier. They then do glider vectoring on lap 2 to grab coin 8, and a shroomless shortcut that I never bothered to learn to grab coin 9. Now, why did I never bother to learn this shortcut? Well, let me tell you all about it while we check out my current personal best. Keeping with the theme of this video being as short as possible, something algorithm bait, don't forget to like and subscribe, yada yada yada, etc, etc. Now, let's talk Toad Circuit. I hope the dryness of my sense of humor doesn't mislead you all to think I actually hate this course or anything. It's just a really simple course, probably the easiest to learn in the entire game. Yes, there's shortcuts, but they all require mushrooms to get through. I mean, unless of course you count the ramp shortcut, but again, that's not really something I recommend learning because you're almost never going to have a chance to implement this in practice. Why? Because the sheer amount of mushroom shortcuts there are in this track makes it really good for bagging. And bagging means you can expect all manner of item-based chaos, whether it be in the form of lightnings, blue shells, you name it. This course is rife with opportunities to just throw away all your items with wanton disregard for the well-being of yourself and those around you. And so even if there is some advanced driving tech that you can use here, there's just not that much of a point in grinding this track out a lot. I mean, my current personal best, the run that we're watching right now, is still only about 3 seconds off the current world record, and I set this time all the way back at the beginning of Wave 1. I'm just saying, this definitely ranks high on my list of tracks you don't really need to be taking all that seriously in time trials if you're just trying to get better at the game online. But to be honest, I do actually enjoy this track probably a lot more than most people seem to. Most tracks like this, such as Mario Circuit or Cheep Cheep Beach, are simple in theory, but have that one thing that's just designed to piss you off. But Toad Circuit just kind of exists, and it has the courtesy at least of being short enough to not overstay its welcome, unlike its turnpike-based cousin. And that's everything you need to know to play Toad Circuit on 150cc. Something, subscribe, notification bell. Thanks for doing some basic training today. See you guys in the next video. Later.